So comment, subscribe, dislike, or like. Check out the links in the descriptions for other of my sites, other activities that I'm involved in. Got a whole bunch of Facebook groups you can check out. I play multiple card games, so I do music among other things, so check out the links in the description. Alright, so this is Zamasu deck. Which one was this? The Tragedy? Not Tragedy, well, this is the Turning Tide version with MicroRecords Absorb. I forgot what I called it. But, I was Twitch streaming. Don't know why it's glitching like that. But anyway. I got rid of some of my defensive cards. Because I was trying to keep the Android 17 Turning the Tide. The Dimension Match was always going to keep. And the MicroRecords Absorb. So I need those 2 7-drops later. Of course, swinging, doing the basic stuff to deal some damage. That 1-drop is definitely a card you want to get rid of. You don't want it to be there all the time. Can create a problem. Because it does affect leader as well as unisons. As well as battle cards. Most of my battle cards I'll be using here will have barrier, so they're immune to that 1-drop, but that 1-drop does affect the leader, which can be a problem. So I finally dropped the 6-drop Goku for 3 energy. He had deflect, he got barrier. There goes the Jiren. I was surprised he didn't swing with the Jiren right off the bat in order to, get rid of my Goku, so my Goku got to stay on the field. And I used the ability to draw 2 cards, which was a bad idea. Because of the fact that I should have used its -3 ability to get rid of the 1-drop. See, I have barrier, which of course he can use his Jiren on it, which is a problem, of course, but he chooses not to. He's trying to save it. Then he says some Senzu Beans. He tries to hit me with the effect, but I point out it's barrier. I swing with the unison. Which, interestingly enough, he didn't use his auto to make me lose 10k. He starts doing that later on in the game, but he doesn't do it there. I don't have enough cards in the drop to play my Spark and Negate, which would have been nice to be able to use it. Of course, if I'm triggering my leader's ability, I will be able to get more cards in the drop to be able to, get the sparking. But then that puts me in a tough position, because with this leader, ironically, you don't want to be on your Awakened side, because that helps out the, Cooler. Because Cooler is literally trying to mill you out. So it just helps them out. See, that card ignores barrier, so it was able to make me reduce my power by 10k. So that's why I'm milling. So he does an arrival play. He bounces, plays it again, does another rival play. Use my Unisys ability. Well, I attack first, because I notice, my opponent is not awakening his leader. He reduces my power by 10k. And my turn, so now I have Raditz up and running. I do my Oceanus, get rid of the Raditz. So now I got 11 cards in the drop, so now my sparking is active. I'm at 6 energy. So I could hardcast Goku. Or actually I could play him for 3, right? Gotta keep that in mind. Because I only plan to use him for for negating an attack and whatnot. But it's like, wait, I could play him for 3, can't I, right? Unless the effect is, the permanent is during my opponent's turn, his cost is reduced. So I gotta keep that in mind. Because essentially right here, I could have done the Goku, play the 6-drop for 3, and then use 2 blue energy to play the 7-drop Ultra Instinct Goku and put it on top. And then get the ability to bounce all my points battle cards to the hands, and then attack and whatnot. But the thing is, he has Jiren, which can minus 25k to my battle card. I mean, he could do 10k right off the bat, right, with his Jiren auto, and then do the minus 3 ability. As you can see, his markers keep going up, and that's because I'm not focusing on his unison. Focusing on his life points, boys. I'm trying to get him either A, down to 2 life, so I can just, drop the Android 17 turn tides and just finish the game off, or get it to where I have 9 energy and I'm able to do the Mirror Career Absorb and then Android 17 turn the tides. Preferably with a unison in play along with the leaders. That way I have a total of 4 attacks. That way I could do 4 damage in 1 turn, so I'm trying to set my opponent up for that. I don't know why this thing's flickering like crazy. Oh well. See. Forget what he's doing. Oh yeah, he negated my attack. So I did my minus 2 ability to bounce the token back to his hand, because it doesn't do cost, it just says battle card. So I bounce the token. I played my my other unison. He minuses me by 10k. So I use my ability to get rid of those 2, because obviously those 2 are problematic. The only other problematic card is the Jiren, but the Jiren I can't easily get rid of it. Plus I just lost 10k power. So let's keep playing. It's like I was saying. So right there I got the 20k with barrier, even though he would be able to potentially use the ability. But I think he already used it this turn, so he can't use it to minus 25k to my blocker.
If I were to a Bobby, Eddie, I'm sorry.
So he's swinging. I have enough for sparking, but I don't stop him. Then I use sparking there. So now I have the capability of awakening, which I don't. I just drop. See, the thing is that, I have no plans to use the Goku, which is why I, dropped them. I could have dropped one of the Android 17 turn tides. You don't really need 2 copies of it, right? But there's the fact that I don't want to give away that I have Android 17 turn of the tides, because clearly I have the 7 energy to play it. So now I had no choice but to charge 1, because all the other cards in my hands are so good. Which is what's ironic is I could have kept 17 turn tides in my hand, considering the fact that I actually never end up using the 5-drop Goku. He's more of a board wipe, and I already managed to weaken my opponent's board. And right here with just this 4-drop, I can further weaken his board. It's tempting to try to draw, to want to draw 2 cards with the unison, but again, that benefits my opponent more than it does me. So he does that, ignoring barriers, I lose, a mill, see? So drawing would be a bad idea. If I swing with the leader, I would draw, right? Right now, he made me mill. If I use the -2 ability to draw 2 cards, that right there would be a total of 4 cards off the top of my deck, bringing me down to 11 cards real quick. So, and I'm already going down, already. Then he's dropping that stuff. See, now he'll be able to use that ability and stop the attack. So there's no active battle. Now he attacks because he's trying to trigger the active battle. So he does his ability. He's trying to get as many mills as he probably can. So he mills me again because he does the ability. So now I have the 9 energies necessary to go in for free game. Obviously, most of my attacks should have went for the unison. I thought it cost 2 energies to play a mirror. Realized it only cost 1. Like, oh, it only cost 1. Even better, much cheaper. Which means I could have actually done this last turn. I thought he cost 2, which is why I was waiting for 9 energy. I was like, oh no, he cost 1. So I actually I could do this combo on turn 8, not turn 9. So it's even better. So you gotta keep that in mind. Because this is the first time I'm playing these cards together, so that's why I got confused. I was like, oh, I thought this cost 2. The one that costs 2 is Trunks. Power Overseeing Time or something like that. As you can see, the mirror is really, really strong, so he's guaranteed to deal damage. My unison is 20. But the cool thing about this specific unison is that it has dual attack, so essentially there's 2 damage right there. Right, so there's potential for 2 damage there. Then there's the leader. As you can see, I did draw this time. He combo for some reason. So I was able to get my opponent down to 2.
What if I would do?
Obviously, I haven't played tested. This is the first time I played testing the strategy, so I'm not yet used to playing the cards yet. Combining MicroRecords Absorb with Android 17, this and that. But I definitely want to add it's not necessary, but I like the idea of adding. Okay, that's the end of that video. I like the idea of adding the what's it called, the Gotenks to the strategy, because the good thing about Gotenks is that his -3 ability will allow me to take out. Let's put it there. All right, will allow me to take out 2 of my opponent's battle cards before I do so it'll help me clear the board. Is what I'm saying. So I can use Gotenks to clear the board, and then drop the MicroRecords Absorb first. Always do that first. Then drop the Android 17 Turn Tides, so that way both our hands get cleared up. And then I will have, with the leader, we'll have 3 attacks with the unison, right? Because the unison has dual attack. So I have 3 attacks there, plus the 17 and the MicroRecords Absorb. So what you want to do is, obviously you want to attack with your Android 17 Turn Tides, because it has crit. So you swing with that first, deal crit, your opponent doesn't plus from that. Then you'll swing with the unison, because the unison is 20k, so you can take advantage of that, right? So you're definitely going to deal them damage there. So that's 2 damage right there, guaranteed. Then swing on the third time, even if they have a card in their hand. It would have to be like a super combo, right? In order for them to be able to out combo your attack. But if you have the ability, well, you won't have the ability to combo. Obviously, your hand should be empty at this point. So if they have a super combo, good for them. They were able to out combo this, the second attack. But you still have your leader can attack, and then your leader will hit. So either way, you're going to do 3 damage. And then the last attack will be Mirror Creative Absorb, which is too strong that even if they had one card in their hand, it won't be enough to stop them. So you have a big chance. So you can bring your opponent down from 4 to 0 in one turn just by having these 3 cards. The unison is not that hard to set up early, obviously. Then it's just a matter of at least getting on to turn 8 to pull this off. I was thinking you needed to get to turn 9, which is why I took until turn 9 to play the combo, when I could have done it actually on turn 8 if I realized that Mirror Creative Absorb required 1 energy less in order to overwhelm. And of course, with this deck, it's not that hard to get into really high attack power because of the drop in his awaken ability. And then of course my opponent is playing a mill strategy, so that's inherently just benefiting my Mirror Creative Absorb. I just wasn't able to get my play out there. Kind of curious. Gotta look back. How did that hit the field? Oh, he has the energy. I dropped that. Then now I'm dropping this. I have deflect if I'm right by the rulings. Well, no, that's not the counterplay. That's the counterplay lets you play. The auto is what triggers. That's what it was. I was like, wait, I have deflect, so wouldn't I be immune? But no, I'm immune to the counterplay part of the card. But since the minus 20k is an auto, not part of the counterplay, clearly I don't. I still get hit by the minus 20. And it doesn't ignore barriers, so that's why the Frieza didn't get hit by it. But the Mira and the 17 turn tides did, so making sure that played out properly. How is it supposed to? So it is good that he's playing the Vegeta in that strategy, in the deck. I definitely like playing it in the deck, so it's nice to see that in Jiren. The funny thing is, after the match, realizing it's like I see a lot of similarities. I'm like, this deck looks a little suspect. Looks very familiar to me, as well as the fact that he didn't awaken until very late in the game. So that was interesting. It almost seems like he knows my playstyle, which is cool. And that's the end of the video.